Someone once asked if I'd put in a bench so that they had somewhere to sit as they're coming in. And to me, that's a waste of time and energy because all you do is dust it off as you come through. We've designed the pharmacy so you don't have to wait. As you come in, there might be a line, but within 10 minutes, we've got you out of our store.
Friendly service and a pharmacist who knows you by name. Stapley Pharmacy, your complete family pharmacy. We'll have you out the door in 10 minutes.
This is the home of Cheryl Sim, but her story did not begin here. It started 3 years ago in Chennai, India.
St. George News had the opportunity to sit down with Cheryl, her parents, and 2 women involved at the Dove Center to help raise awareness about domestic violence. The abuse for Cheryl began 2 years ago. Cheryl moved to India for work and ended up falling in love. But after time, Cheryl ended up finding herself in an abusive relationship.
When you think you're in love, you're willing to look away from some certain things. I mean, in the beginning, he was really friendly and happy and, jokes. He would joke around, make me laugh. And I mean, he turned into a completely different person once he became my abuser. But he was charming. And in the outside world, so many abusers, they're very well liked and they're known as the funny one or the fun one to go around with. But then behind closed doors, they become a monster, basically.
In an abusive relationship, it is important to be on the lookout for some possible red flags.
In my case, he and his family actually, they just made me feel so bad about myself. I had no self-esteem anymore. And I started to believe what they were calling me and what they were saying to me. It's like brainwashing. And so I was a confident, vibrant woman until I was sucked into this. I mean, just little bits of control. And then it speeds up and it goes so fast. And then all of a sudden, you don't have anybody to talk to. And then in my situation, the next step was the verbal abuse. He started demeaning me, just calling me names. And it was verbal. And then, I mean, it just spirals out of control. So I'd say when they don't want you to contact anybody and control your every move, and also just the verbal, the demeaning words.
When you're in an abusive relationship, you start to lose your choices in your life as far as financial or sexual or how to parent your children, because you're always being told what to do rather than being able to do it yourself. So it becomes very isolating and you lose that ability to choose.
I would just sit there and do nothing because I wasn't allowed to get up to speak. Or to walk around. I wasn't allowed to speak. I could only speak when spoken to. I wasn't allowed to cry. I mean, they controlled every single minute of my life. But one moment when they were yelling at me, he said, your parents don't love you. And that just was like a slap in the face. And I just thought to myself, I will show you how much they love me. They will get me out and I will be safe.
All this time we didn't know anything was going on because she was so overwhelmed from the abuse and being so controlled, and then fortunately she had the awakening to call and tell us, and we knew it's time for action.
Cheryl decided that the best way out was to call her parents. Her father called the U.S. Department of State, who contacted the consulate in India. They contacted Cheryl and arranged for her to arrive safely back in the United States. Cheryl's mom works for an organization called Aaron Kimball. Their main program, entitled Home, is for those who are escaping domestic violence, abuse, and polygamy.
I think the average family would be horrified when they found out, but because I worked at Aaron Kimball, I was more or less acclimated to this kind of a story, although it certainly was more extreme. And so Aaron Kimball has been a great support to me to get me ready for this event, and also to all the women in our community. If a woman is in danger, the first thing to do is go to the shelter, which locally is the Dove Center.
The Dove Center is a foundation that provides resources for those who have been affected by domestic violence as well as sexual assault.
We're here to just help you have control in your own life. And so we're here to assist you in your own decisions and just help you to be safe.
What I would do is, if you even feel like you're being abused in any way, just ask for help. Just talk to somebody and just reach out. There are so many people out there that are willing to help, and not to be ashamed or scared or anything, because the resources are there. It's never too late. At the same time, it's never ever too late. When I thought I had reached the very end of my life, that's when I was saved and rescued, basically, and got the last bit of courage.
For more information or to get help from the Dove Center, call 435-628-0458 or go online at www.dovecenter.org. Reporting for St. George News, I'm Samantha Tomer.
Thursday, 9:41 a.m. Oh my God. Oh. Sharon, can you please pick up the phone and call me back, Sharon? This is really important. I know that you can be really, really stubborn and can be really, really irritating. Please call me back. 10:34 a.m. I can't believe what I've become. How I used to get so angry at you. How you were the same person, the sweet, loving person that you are. I'll walk behind you on the road. I'll beg for you to come back. Because I never ever could just leave you or desert you the way you have deserted and leaving me. Thursday, 7:01 p.m. Sure, I know you. It's so late. You're not sleeping. It's on the phone. Thursday, 6:54 p.m. Why are you being so hard? Just pick up the phone, please. Just talk to me. You should learn how to say, I love you, and you should always forgive. Tuesday, 4:28 a.m. Hi, Sharon. How are you feeling? I know you haven't slept a wink last night. You're angry and all that. Shut up. Just forget about me and let me try to help you get better. Talk to you. Put you to sleep. Okay?